Hey yo, it's your girl Amberly from the Myers family. Holy shit. It's like 4:47 in the morning and totally thought I was gonna sleep tonight, but once again, not gonna happen. I've tried everything. It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. Last night I fell asleep last night at it was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I slept in like really good until 6 a.m. And then at about 6, I started to like toss and turn and really started to hurt. I don't know why I hurt every morning. I've tried everything. I mean, I even went as far as buying a $1,200 bed. Like, I don't even have a frame for my bed because I spent so much on the mattresses that I was like, yeah, probably shouldn't spend any more money on making my bed look cute. I can't even tell you. I've tried so much stuff. It's ridiculous. I mean, I did the melatonin. That shit doesn't work at all. I started mixing a cocktail of drugs, over-the-counter drugs, to hopefully help me sleep. And at this point, it consists of, I took 5 milligram melatonins, so that's 25 milligrams of melatonin, and I took 4 Benadryls. So it's almost like, I would say at least 80% of medications have an adverse reaction on me. Like, so it's, for most people, Benadryl makes them tired and groggy and just bleh. And like muscle relaxers help people sleep and makes them feel relaxed. For me, I feel like I just freaking snorted a line of meth. Like, Percocet, I feel like I'm strung out. Oxycontin, I feel like I'm strung out. But like a Lortab, I actually had to start telling doctors that I was allergic to Lortab because one of the lowest doses of Lortab actually made me, like, it makes me sick. Like, physically sick. I take it and I am like, oh my, whoa, everything's starting to spin. I don't feel good. Like, I eat and I take it. I don't eat and I take it. I feel like, to the point where it puts me into this mode where all of a sudden I feel so hot. And ever since I had a heat stroke when I was like 8 years old, if I get even the slightest amount of overheated, I start to feel very lightheaded and dizzy. I start sweating profusely. I mean, like, I literally can feel the color in my face just like rush out, and it just goes pale, ashy white. And I mean, when I say I start to sweat, like I'm sweating from every pore in my body to the point where it's dripping down me. And if I can't cool myself down fast enough, it's an automatic I throw up. I pass out and I wake up, and it's immediate, like immediately after I come back to, it's like if I ever start to feel that way, immediately I go to the bathroom and I will sit on the floor, and I am like stripping clothes and laying on the tile and trying to fan myself, and it works for a second, but then it's like you get that, it sounds like a TV, like an old school TV, that when you flip the channel and it was nothing but static, like that white noise of the that's what happens in my head, and that's all I can hear. And then it starts to, like, I can hear my heartbeat in my ears, and it's just and then it's like I don't even know what happens. It's like I black out. As soon as I come to, I'm just so disoriented. The room is spinning, and immediately I have to lean over the toilet, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know you're gonna throw up. Like, I could prevent myself from throwing up if I coaxed myself into not throwing up by laying on the floor and just, really trying to cool myself down. But I'm like, I need to throw up. I need to get whatever is going on out of my system that's making me feel like this. I have to. And so it's like I have to sit there and stare into the toilet and, like, it's gonna happen. It is. Just let it happen. Get it out. Do something. And it's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to, like, come on. And it's like, mentally I can coax myself into throwing up, and then as soon as I do, it's like I feel gross for a second, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hi Amberly, it's me, I'm back, what's up? It's so weird. So weird. But going back to, like, the whole adverse reactions, that's exactly what happens. No matter how hard I try, I just want to sleep. That's all I want to do. And since last night I got, like I say, I fell asleep it was like probably 1, somewhere around there. And I slept until 6, like 5 hours of sleep. That was enough to make my body be able to function for another 2 days without it. So, of course, at 10 o'clock, I took my 5 melatonin and my 4 Benadryl, and it's probably almost 5 now. And I'm like, la da da, yay. I make sure I stay downstairs until I'm tired, and I come upstairs into my room and I lay down and I don't have my phone on, and I'll lay here and I'll do breathing exercises. I count. I envision black walls and trying to get myself to produce this scenario in my head. So literally I'm only focusing on one thing, and I'm not so my brain isn't wandering. But then after so long of having this black wall envisioned in my head, and it's not working, you know, probably after about 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, well, we'll turn it into a brick wall. So let's turn it into a brick wall, a black brick wall with just light gray lines to outline it. And we'll put a finger up there and we'll trace it down, and you can't ever take your finger off. So then I'm focused on just like going through a process. So I'm focusing on one thing and one thing only. And then after laying there for so long doing that, and that doesn't work, finally I'm like, okay, I need to get back up and I need to go back downstairs. I need to get tired again. And then I don't want to sit there and watch my phone all night. I don't want to look at things because then my mind overthinks, and so you can't really do anything. So I draw. I drew a whole piece, like literally from here to here for my arm that I want tattooed. And I did it on a paper so that like if I were to like place the paper on me, it would wrap around perfectly, and it'd be like just like if I were gonna get a sleeve. So I'm gonna get some transfer paper, and I am going to eventually do it on the transfer paper so I can put it on there and see how it would look. It was A Nightmare Before Christmas piece because that's like one of my favorite movies and has been basically since it came out. I have to work. I have to be up at 8 a.m. So it's like pretty much in 3 hours from now, which means I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm seriously, like, I'm at a loss. I mean, obviously, like, when I decided to take a video of myself after I hadn't slept in 114 plus hours, and I was so tired that I was laying here and I would have these bouts of micro sleep. But yeah, it was like my brain still wanted to function, but it would be like my brain wasn't there, my eyes were open, and I would close my eyes for 2 seconds and I would start talking about work. Like I was helping someone. I mean, I was talking about Krylon paint and something about if you get in my box and I can help. I don't even know. I mean, you want to talk about a real video that was so unplanned, but I mean, I knew that when I went upstairs, like, I was beyond tired. I was like, oh my God, I have to go to sleep. But I wanted to record myself and trying to figure out why after 14 plus hours of no sleep that I still wasn't sleeping. But instead, and I actually had recorded 3 videos. I only posted the one because it was by far the most hilarious. But I mean, for like an entire hour, I had recorded myself, and it was, wow. Talk about fighting sleep. I was so tired. But it was like I felt like I had to keep going. It's kind of how I feel like with life. Is like I fight so hard to stay alive. I fought so hard to stay alive. You know, from the time I was a baby. I mean, you ask my mom's stories and she tells you I was her burden child. Like I was her nightmare. In and out of doctors. I almost died when I was a year old. My sister can tell you the story about watching my face turn every color known to man because I couldn't breathe, apparently. And I remember, even though I was nothing but a wee baby, for some reason I can remember it was like it was a dream. But I remember my brother who died standing next to my bedside while my mom was sitting in the corner in a rocking chair in Primary Children's Hospital. I remember my brother, who is 9 years older than me, standing next to my bed. He had a little bit darker hair. Darker brown hair, standing next to my bed. A neck taller than the bed rail, telling me everything will be okay. You're gonna make it. Weird. I've almost died a lot. I hit rock bottom by the time I was 16 with drugs. Literally. I'd almost died so many times. I had treated everyone like shit, and realizing that this isn't who I was. I wasn't having fun anymore. And I was hurting the people who I cared about most in my life. I was hurting them just so I could get high. Luckily, I was young enough to realize that, and I stopped cold turkey. Basically, I locked myself in a room. I listened to music, and I made bracelets, like candy raver bracelets, which is so weird because I wasn't a candy raver. I wasn't like, oh, like let me wear bracelets all the way up my arms and go to a rave, you know, like, no, that wasn't me. But it was the shit I had. And I enjoyed trance and techno and stuff like that. And I loved mellow music. A lot of things without words as well, just so I didn't have to think about what those words said. Because somehow I felt like I could relate. I quit talking to a lot of my friends. I had broken up with my boyfriend because I knew he wasn't ready to quit doing drugs. And I was, and I knew that I couldn't physically be around them, and I knew that I didn't want to change anyone. You have to be willing to change on your own. And I knew he didn't want to or want anything to do with it. And so we were going to be on two completely different paths. And yeah, so I distanced myself. And I became the person I am today. But there is not a day that goes by that I don't think about doing drugs again. And that I don't know. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wish that I could go out with my friends and have fun. And just be happy. Get away from life. Get away from the daily stresses and just not care about anyone else besides myself. And love myself. And everyone else around me loved me. And I loved them. Even if you were a stranger. Nothing you could do could make me mad or sad. Because I was happy I was in my own little world. I am thankful for everything I have today, and I am so thankful that I am the person I am today, and that I can relate to people who are struggling, people who have been abused, people who have been raped, people who have been drug addicts, alcoholics, you name it, struggled in family situations, been abused, been a lot of things. I can relate. And I've always been a caregiver. And because of my health problems starting at an early age as well, I also became very knowledgeable when it came to health, to medical terminology and the medical world. And I always wanted to be a doctor. Or I wanted to be a drug counselor. Because I wanted to be able to sit down with people and say, rather than be like, tell me about your problems. Yeah. No. It's totally normal for you to feel this way. What makes you feel this way? Blah, blah, blah. Straight from a textbook, or answer a question with a question. Never get personal. Never. No. I wanted to become a drug counselor, a youth counselor. In general, people that struggled with drugs or family issues or anything, just be a youth counselor. Because I could honestly sit there and say, tell me how you feel. Tell me about you. And when they didn't want to, say, you're just reading from a textbook, or they tell me a problem, I would say generally 90% of the time, I could say I can relate. And it's not from a textbook. And it's not from anything, but I honestly know how you feel. I mean, I don't know exact feelings. I mean, everybody feels a different way. Everybody's experienced something different. but generally I can relate. That's all been a really long time ago, but I still struggle. Whether it's 3 months clean or 16 years clean. I'll be 33 on August 31st. And I quit doing drugs when I was 16. "16 years ago, I quit doing drugs." When I say drugs, I say like street drugs. I mean, obviously, I've had surgeries after surgeries, and I'm prescribed Percocet and Lortab and all this shit. Not Lortab, because I tell them I'm allergic to it, but Percocet and hydromorphone and Oxycontin and shit like that. And I find myself abusing it when that one isn't enough. And I still feel pain. Even though I feel okay, I still feel pain. So it's like, oh, I have a higher tolerance, so I need to take more. And I go into the vicious cycle of realizing I am a drug addict, and I always will be. One is never enough. And it sucks. And I have to remind myself, after my last surgery that I had, I refused to take pain medication it was like for a solid week. Because I was like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I don't need it. I don't. Because I know the last time I made excuses why to take more and more and more and more. It's a vicious cycle. And I'm the only person that can control it. I may slip up and I may take one more than I should. But sometimes it needs to happen to make me realize, like, hey, you're still a drug addict. You are an addict, and you always will be. But man, I just want to sleep. I just want my brain to tell me to go to bed. I want to be like everyone else. Be so exhausted from work, which I am. I get so exhausted. My mind, physically, and mentally. I'm exhausted when I get home. But there's something about the minute when everyone else is starting to relax, I'm getting a second wind of energy, and it pushes through. And I get so tired. I'm going to try so hard to go to sleep that my body won't do it. I listen to freaking YouTube. Hypnosis sleep things. White noise. Do this, do that. I've asked for opinions. I mean, I used to fucking take Ambien. Ambien is horrible. Absolutely horrible. God. Every time I took an Ambien, it was an automatic, I needed to eat. So here I am, freaking high as a freaking kite, sleepwalking basically. I don't remember shit of it, but I'm cooking popcorn, trying to eat it and never opening my mouth, and I'm just shoveling it in my mouth while it's all falling. I've woken up with freaking gummy bears stuck to my leg because I'm eating gummy bears in bed and can't make them into my mouth. I wanted to go smoke so bad, but apparently I didn't have one. My pills hadn't quite kicked in yet. So let's hurry and drive to the store. Go to the store and walk in. Know that you got a pack of cigarettes. Get back in your car and start noticing a feeling. Like a stupid feeling that, okay, your pills are kicking in, even though you're only 2 blocks away from here. I mean, once they start to kick in, they kick in. Getting in my car and driving 2 blocks. And I remember getting in my car and I remember turning and I remember getting to a light and turning right. And I literally had 2 blocks to go straight, make a left-hand turn and into the parking lot. Is all I had. And I remember going, fuck, I can feel this. And I was scared shitless. Scared out of my fucking mind. I made it home. Can't tell you how I made it past that stoplight for 2 blocks. How I parked my car in between the lines. And how I knew which house to go, apartment, condo, whatever the fuck you want to call it, what place to go into, and how I made it up to my bed, I don't fucking know. While taking my oral chemotherapy pills, God, it's damn near been a year. Good God. That's crazy. For 2 years of taking that, I would go 15 days on Ambien and 15 days off. So I wouldn't build up a tolerance. But while taking my oral chemotherapy, my tamoxifen, and then I was changed to Cytoxin. I was prescribed Ambien. I can't even tell you the stupid fucking shit I did. My poor boyfriend got to see a really fucking weird side of me. Like, I'm not 100% sure why the fuck he stayed with me. Maybe that's why we are the way we are now. Where he's just kind of like, whoa, you're fucking crazy. So, I'm gonna back off a little bit, and our initial relationship that we had is gonna change. You're not gonna get to see me all the time. I fucking don't know. And every morning his text message, when he sends me one before I do, is always, I hope you slept good. And I'm gonna say 90% of the time, I'm gonna say, didn't really sleep, but hopefully you did. That 10% of the time, I'm so excited to tell him that I slept. Just like, thanks. Slept pretty good. Hopefully you did too. Why can't I just say that every night? My boyfriend introduced me to a gentleman by the name of Darren Brown. He is a hypnosis, but he is like unreal. He's a magician, a hypnotherapist, hypnosis. He has complete mind control. And I sit there and go, oh my God, I need to find me someone like that can help me sleep, hypnotize me, and subconsciously make my brain have some sort of an alarm that says every night at 11 o'clock, you're gonna get tired. And by 12 a.m., you will be in bed and you will be asleep. That's it. But you also have to be a good candidate to be hypnotized. You have to allow your mind to be completely focused on one thing. I can't do that. I mean, I try, and I try so fucking hard. But if there's one noise, my brain no longer is on what is happening, I can hear that noise. So then it becomes two. And there's always a third that goes along with it. And then there's three. And then I'm not 100% focused. And I'm so ADHD. It's retarded. I don't even say ADHD because I'm not hyperactive. I'm hyperactive at night. I consider myself to be that. Like, I think there's like 3% of the, it's either 3 or 13% of the world's population that can physically function off of 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night. Like, that's what they need to have in order to get by. Whereas other people require anywhere between 8, like adults, anywhere from age 18 and on require anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. And, from the time of 18 to, I think it's like 14, you need 8 hours of sleep. And from 14 to 10, you need a minimum of 9 to 10 hours. And if you're 10 to 7, it's like you need 10 to 12. And then from there, it's like below that is 13 to 14 hours of sleep. Like, I literally feel like I fall in there. And where I live, we have a sleep lab. And I made an appointment freaking forever ago. Like, it's so full. I mean, it's so ridiculous. And because there's only one sleep lab and they have all these people that need to be tested. And I don't have time in my life. I mean, I'm a single mom. I don't have time to go and stay the night at the hospital and them having wires attached to me. For fuck's sake, if I don't even have, like, if I don't have it at the right heat, the blanket, the perfect way, my pillow, everything, I can't sleep. Like, it annoys me. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I have to vent. 41 minutes later, I vented about. This is what happens. Time just disappears. When I'm supposed to be sleeping, time goes by so fast. When I'm awake and I'm doing my job, it goes by so slow. And I can't wait to be able to go and get in my bed and go to sleep, and it just doesn't happen. Like I've said, if anybody ever has any ideas or somebody wants to be like, hey, I want to help you, feel free. I'm open for all suggestions, anything, you name it. Like I said, I pretty much tried anything. So feel free to leave me a comment or something. I'll let you know if I've tried it. An idea. Whether I've heard them or tried them or not, feel free. Nothing is stupid. Nothing. You can tell me anything. And I'm willing to try the dumbest of things. You tell me to stand on my head for 20 minutes and then get into bed and it works. I would literally probably try it. I mean, but just be logical, I guess. Don't tell me to take melatonin, because I've taken it. Or Benadryl. Don't tell me to go to the doctor, because I already did. And don't tell me to count or envision black walls or focus on one thing or disassociate myself from my room to my bed. Like, don't go upstairs until you're ready to go to bed. Try reading. Don't use your phone. Tried all that. If there's anything besides those, feel free to let me know. I may or may not have already tried it, but that's the general idea. I just don't want to hear those basic things that are the first things you try. So don't forget to like this video, comment, please give me your feedback, share this video. Even if you hated it, please share it. I'm desperate. I just, I don't know. Just looking for answers or help or something. Yeah. Hopefully everyone else sleeps. Or if you're going through the same thing I am, feel free. Let me know. We can be friends tonight. Ugh. All right. I'm going to attempt to lay down now that it's probably 6 a.m. I'm sure if I turned off my light, it's probably... You could probably see the sun. Should we see you? Just in case you can't see this, like, it getting lighter in my room. Everyone have a good night. Stay tuned for some more stupid, ridiculous videos. Peace. Gotta turn on my lamp. I don't want to see if the sun's coming up. I'm afraid. All right, here we go. It's not too bad. Which means it's probably like 5:05, so. Night, guys.